my darlings. I am back from Otakon! Otakon, if you don't know, is one of the largest anime conventions in the East Coast. The last time I went to this convention was in 2012 when it used to be in Baltimore. And it was before I started competing in cosplay, before I started really making and learning how to make cosplays from scratch. It was also when the original Avengers film came out, which was just peak Avengers fandom, so my friends and I dressed up for the meetup. I also did an Umineko cosplay. Man, those were the times. As you can see from some of these photos, it was truly the early 2010s. So I was super excited to return to this convention to see it in its new and current venue in Washington, D.C. with my friends and really just see what this convention was all about. Before we get started, today's closet cosplay is based around Riona from Coffee Talk 2. It is a fantastic visual novel game series that I highly recommend checking out. Not sponsored, but I realized that I had everything for a Riona cosplay just chilling in my closet, and you know what? A girl wanted to just like dress up a little bit and have fun with it. I had a blast at Otakon, and I was a very good noodle, did not spend too much money, despite how massive and amazing the Artist Alley and Dealer's Room was there. It was overall a good time. Before I get started, and as I intersperse all of the B-roll that I managed to actually take, let me show off my badge. I'm so glad that badge ribbons are becoming more and more of a thing at conventions. Ever since I saw them in the ribbon game at Techo last year, they've just really exploded. Not just because of Techo, but just I'm really happy that they're becoming more popular. I, of course, have my badge ribbons showcasing that I competed in the Hall Cosplay Contest and Masquerade. I have one about time looping that one of my friends made. And then I have another one by Club G May, who did a fantastic cosplay music video you can see me in with a friend, and several other friends are also in it too. I will be linking that in my description. And then this really great Alan Wake Deerfest themed ribbon that I got from an adorable Rose cosplayer from Alan Wake 2. I love the Alan Wake games and all the games that Remedy has done. She had even earrings with Alan and Scratch on them. Her costume was so fantastic, and this is honestly, I love this badge ribbon that she gave me. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so Otakon was a big deal. It was definitely one of those kind of bucket list conventions, like, wow, I really, really want to go there at least once. And I'm glad that I did. Even though the travel was probably the worst thing about it. Travel and parking was awful because, you know, you're driving to DC, and it took me on Thursday an extra hour longer than I had anticipated to do so. So when I got there, I didn't even want to participate in like the convention related stuff. I was so exhausted. I was like, can I please just like sit down and eat some food? So while I do kind of regret that, at the same time, I'm 30 years old. I have to listen to my body. But I managed to drive there, got checked into the hotel with my friends. We had some nice food. That is the one thing about going to conventions in big cities, is you're always kind of guaranteed to have and find some good food around the area if you're willing to look. So that was nice. And then began Friday. Friday is where I got most of my B-roll from. I started off the day as Nikki from Infinity Nikki. I also debuted this at TinyCon the month prior. And I'm so glad. She's so comfortable, made everything. It was a really, really fun project for me, and I got to use fabric that I had entirely on hand. I entered the Hall Cosplay Competition. While I didn't win an award, I'm still happy that I did so, because it's always a good idea, I think, to compete because you get to meet some wonderful people, talk shop. I saw some incredible costumes while I was getting ready for prejudging, talked to some other cosplayers, and it's always good to, I feel, to get practice in for prejudging. The more and more you prejudge, the more comfortable you're going to be. For those of you who don't know, Hall cosplay competitions are cosplay competitions that are entirely based around just your craftsmanship. You'll get 5 minutes with the judges to explain how you made your costume. They can ask questions, you can ask them questions, And you also bring a build book that showcases all your work, partially proving that you made your costume, and also partially so that way the judges can see your progress photos, swatches, and reference your book while they're in judging later on in the day. It's like essentially an interview, and it can be so scary at first, but the more and more you do it, the easier and easier it gets. So even though I wasn't expecting to win anything, which was always a good attitude to have whenever you enter a competition, I still wanted to do so because I had the opportunity, and I don't go to Otakon often, so I wanted to bring something that I felt like I made fairly well and was happy to do so and happy to show off. I really do enjoy the Infinity Nikki game and all of the other mobile games. Despite some of the issues with the recent patches, I still overall enjoy the game and I love her starter outfit. So that was really fun. The only thing was, it is summertime in DC, so I was sweating, especially since the top for this was made out of bed sheets. So your girl was sweating. The air conditioning was a little bit inconsistent throughout the convention center. Some spots were great, some spots weren't great. I did get a bunch of photos in some of the surrounding location areas, and they also had photo sets dispersed around the convention as well. I wish and hope for more conventions to do this, to have just really nice photo backdrops for cosplayers to use for free. Techo and Otakon so far, both being handled by the same group of people to do so, have had the best. New York Comic Con has tried, but they pale in comparison to the sets that Otakon and Techo had set up. I got some really cute photos in my Nikki, so I'm glad for that. After I did my photo shoots and I did my prejudging, I changed into my Baguette CL cosplay from Claire Obscure. Claire Obscure is a game that has just gripped me since it came out this year, and it's gripped a lot of people. I'm so glad to see so many French people. It's the easiest design to cosplay from the game. If you don't know why you keep seeing French people at your conventions, that is one of the silly tee-hee ha-ha gag skins that you can collect and equip your characters in during the game. And let's face it, it's a very easy closet cosplay or thrift store purchase to put together, as opposed to their incredibly complicated gold and black original designs. I plan on making CL's full outfit for a convention in November, but to get the ball rolling, especially in the summertime, her baguette outfit was perfect. I had pants with pockets, I had a tank top on. It was the most comfortable I've been at a convention in a very, very long time. And I had a friend, Socks of Argyle, cosplaying as Lune as well. We had a blast. She also bought actual baguettes at her grocery store the morning of the convention, $3 a pop. So we were carrying around real bread. And towards the end of the day, we were snacking on it. It was the best cosplay prop I've ever had. While yes, I was a little sad that I went very simplistic on pretty much all of my cosplays for Otakon, at the same time, it was really nice to be able to move easy in my cosplays. I tend to fall under the trap of making really big costumes that are difficult and annoying to wear at large conventions because, oh, I should be bringing my biggest and best, but I forget that it's also good to wear something that's actually easy to carry a bag in and move around, so refreshing. Saturday was dominated primarily by the masquerade. I'm so thankful that I was able to make it into the masquerade this year. It was a stacked competition. I'm going to be dropping a link below of the full masquerade. Unfortunately, my performance was muted because we used a copywritten song, and unfortunately happens. But I cosplayed with my friend Cozy Monkey Cosplay, and we did a Kingdom Hearts skit. I typically compete in solo skits, so to cosplay with a friend was really, really fun and exciting to do, and she is a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, and I've wanted to do an Aqua cosplay for a while, so we did a very sad, spoiler-filled performance based around the ending of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Had a great time, practice went well, I'm proud of what we put on, and honestly, again, we didn't win, but just being able to make it into this competition, because there were a lot of people that were waitlisted and people who didn't make it in who entered, just making it in and competing on that stage was more than enough. cheering on some of my wonderfully, incredibly talented cosplay friends. And honestly, I walked away from that competition feeling super inspired for my next few skits. Everybody absolutely knocked it out of the park. Best in Show went to a Peach and Toad that just had me screaming on the floor laughing. Best Master / Advanced went to Chibi Tifa cosplay and Barracuda cosplay for a fantastically well put together panty and stocking skit. There were a Cell Block Eevee Tango group, a hilarious Dungeon Meshi group that had an original song, hell, even a Sifu cosplay. If you know what the game Sifu is, wow, wild to see that. Some incredibly talented Vocaloid and Angel stage cosplays. Like, again, everybody really brought their A game for that competition, so I was just happy to be there, honestly. Like I said, please go check out the full Masquerade if you haven't. I'm gonna have that link below, because you're gonna see some really stunning skits in there. Absolutely. Masquerades can always be a little bit of a long and tiring day, but they're truly worth it, even if you don't win. Just being there with community and watching everybody and cheering everybody on and talking with everybody backstage is truly, truly the best thing. And it's one of my favorite aspects of cosplay. I just love, love, love it so much. I really only took some videos of like our halftime performance with idols, as you can see, so I just was focused really on enjoying everybody's performances. Sunday, I was a little bit pooped out, I'll admit, but Sunday is kind of always that way, so I stayed around a little bit, hung out with friends. My original cosplay plan didn't work out, but I ended up, thankfully, I've learned my lesson, and I always bring a backup cosplay just in case, and I wore Ada from Resident Evil 2. I've worn this costume several times, mostly for live streams and home like photos on my cell phone, so it was nice to actually bring it around to a convention and walk around with people. The convention center, I felt like, was the right size. There were only little tiny pockets that felt crowded on like Saturday or on pockets on Friday. I felt like I was still fairly able to move around the dealer's room and artist alley. I didn't feel too overstimulated. There was plenty of opportunities to find a quiet space with like airflow. So I felt like it was actually a really, really good and solid venue size for this particular convention. Yeah, and like, I'll admit, because it was my first time at this convention center, I was a little bit nervous about navigating, figuring it out, but honestly, once I mapped it out and I started walking around on Friday, by Saturday, I knew exactly where everything was that I needed to do. Had a very substantial video game area that was pretty solid. It reminded me like a slightly smaller version of MagFest, which was great. MagFest is a 24-hour video game and music convention, so this was pretty impressive, with an also really cool car show too that was fun to walk around on Sunday. They also had a mini laser tag set up that Socks said that we should do, and we had fun. It was like about 5 or 6 minutes. It was us and an employee against a husband and wife, or I'm assuming they were a husband and wife, and another employee. We kicked their butts. I'm just running around in flip-flops in my Ada Wong cosplay. It was a good time. So, as exhausted as I was and as annoyed as I was in terms of the travel and the parking situation, of course parking in DC was awful, it was still a really, really good kind of bucket list convention to go to. Do I see myself making this like a yearly thing? Probably not, just because of how expensive it is to do, but it was nice to do as a treat, especially since I went to Techo last year and this year was like an Otakon, so I kind of like the idea of trying around and taste testing around different summer conventions. So we'll see when or if I'm ever able to go to Otakon again. I'm always going to leave that open in the cards and see what the universe provides me. I would love to attend Otakon again, but we will see. Maybe I'll attend a different summer convention next year, but either way, it was still really fun. The only downside was that it was the same weekend as Long Island Retro Gaming Expo that I usually attend, so sadly I had to miss that con, but thankfully they've already released the dates for next year, and it will not conflict with Long Island Retro, so I hope to go back to Long Island Retro again next year. Yes, yes, yes. Before I let you go, let me show off the things I purchased. First off, one of my friends got me a sticker based around the Big Naturals mod of Withers from Baldur's Gate 3. Hopefully this won't, like, totally nuke this video, but I don't know when I'm gonna put this on, but it has to be special. I got 2 charms from a seller. One of my girl Ciel from Claire Obscure and the other of my girl Melina from Elden Ring. I love like so many of all the characters of Claire Obscure and all the ladies of Elden Ring, but I felt like I should pick Melina since my cosplay skit of Melina is technically award-winning, so I felt like my girl Melina needs some love, and I'm working on a Ciel cosplay, so yes, I don't know what I'm gonna put these on because they're really big and really nice. They're like tapestry pieces, so I don't know what I'm gonna put, what bag or like board I'm gonna put them on. The last thing that I got was a couple sets of fake nails. There's a really, really great booth. I'm gonna be dropping their Instagram below, at sunlit_BS. Please check them out. They had a buy 3 get 1 free set, like, deal going on. So I got a couple fake nails, one set for future cosplay, one that had Kirby's on them, and then I got these beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous nails. I am addicted to fake nails now, if you guys haven't noticed from my last few videos. I love wearing fake nails so much, and while they are a pain in the ass to like play with my keyboard and type, like I'm definitely going to struggle a little bit tonight, because after filming this, I'm going to be live streaming Fear 2 Project Origin. So I'm gonna struggle with these on, but it will be worth it. You know what? If I can clutch in Call of Duty with these on, I think I can handle it, right? I have a family member's birthday tomorrow, and I was told to dress nice, and I don't know, these felt like they matched Riona from Coffee Talk very well. I like them a lot. I just think that they're nice. It was a nice little treat for myself, and the employees there were really great. They sized them for me, they took care of me. So if you're looking for some really pretty, fun fake nails, please do go check out their Instagram. Not sponsored, but I want to highlight some great artists whenever I can. But yeah, Otakon was very, very interesting. I definitely kept it way more low-key than I could have. I didn't go crazy with photo shoots and things like that, just because I knew I was going to be stressed out from the masquerade and just from travel in general. So I'm glad that I took it easy on myself for this one, especially since my next few cons for this year, ColossalCon East, New York Comic Con, and Anime NJ, I know I'm going to be going really, really hardcore on, which, speaking of, I finished all of my New York Comic Con cosplays crafting today, so your girl is ahead of the curve. I'm feeling good. But yeah, were you at Otakon? Did you see yourself in any of these clips? Did you see me at any point? Please tell me about your Otakon experiences, or if we saw each other. Are you planning to go next year? I hope you have a lovely and wonderful rest of your day or evening, whatever point and time in which you are watching this. I thank you for making it all the way to the end of this silly little video and letting me yap about another convention again. Maybe I'll see you at my next convention, ColossalCon East, coming up in September, or maybe I'll see you at New York Comic Con or Anime NJ coming up as well. Take care, my dears, take care, my darlings, and I shall hopefully see you again soon. Bye!